Good evening, I'm Abhyuday Shrestha, and these are the headlines of the hour. Dairy farmers yet to receive their dues of more than 4 billion rupees. Agriculture Minister Jwala Kumari Shah assures arrears will be cleared by dropping the prices of dairy products if needed. CPN-UML Chairperson KP Sharma Oli's unilateral working ways raises question on democratic practice within the party. Oli sidelines anyone who goes against him. Party members silent even on his disrespectful remarks. The Israeli military says its forces rescued 4 captives from the central Gaza Strip. Palestinian health officials report dozens of casualties from Israeli attacks in Gaza. And world number 1 Iga Swiatek defeats Jasmine Paolini in the French Open final in straight sets to win her 3rd consecutive French Open title and 4th in 5 years. Dairy farmers have continued to stage protests demanding for their payment. Prime Minister Pushpa Kamal Dahal had directed to immediately clear the dues of dairy farmers some 3 months ago. However, after they did not receive their payment, 9 farmer unions have submitted a memorandum to the Federal Minister for Agriculture in an effort to exert pressure on the authority. The state has yet to clear the arrears of more than 4 billion rupees of dairy farmers. According to the Ministry of Agriculture and Livestock Development, dairy farmers have yet to receive 4 billion rupees through the government-owned Dairy Development Corporation, DDC, and private dairy companies. They have been directly affected as the payment has been halted for the past 7 months, while some have abandoned the occupation. Following nationwide protests by dairy farmers, an agreement was reached between the government and the representatives of various farmer unions on 2nd of February earlier this year, as per the directive of the Prime Minister to clear the outstanding amounts by 3rd of April. However, they have not received payment even after 3 months. DDC, that has been collecting milk from across 43 districts, claims that they have failed to make the payment due to the lack of demand of milk in the market. The entity has not made payments to dairy cooperatives since the past 5 months. DDC has water, milk, powder, and ghee worth 2 billion rupees in its store. The umbrella organization of private dairies, Nepal Dairy Association, has also attributed the failure in making payments to lack of demand in the market. 9 farmer unions have submitted a joint memorandum to Minister for Agriculture, Jwala Kumari Shah, demanding for their payments. Minister Shah has assured that the issue will be addressed following discussions with the Prime Minister. The ministry has geared up to decrease the price of dairy products as goods worth around 2 billion rupees are still in store. The ministry says that payment can be made by selling the dairy products in store, as dues could not be cleared even after issuing 3 million rupees in loan. 200,000 liters of milk is purchased by DDC daily, while 600,000 to 800,000 is purchased by private dairy companies. The remaining milk is being traded unofficially. Around 5.2 million liters of milk is produced in the country on a daily basis, while only 800,000 to 1 million liters of milk reach the market. The farmers have been at the receiving end amid lack of diversification in the production of dairy products and failure to meet the public's expectation in terms of quality. In our Public Voice segment today, we have asked people in several provinces why the dues of dairy farmers have not been cleared despite repeated calls. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
डीडीसीले भुक्तानी गरेको छैन कति भनिरहेछ यो सरकारले पनि हाम्रो यो किसानलाई हेरेन
खेतीपाती गरेर दुःख गरेर बसेको किसानले भुक्तानी जसरी पनि सरकार राज्य जसरी भए पनि गाउँमा नगरपालिकाले पनि जसरी उपलब्ध गराइदिनु पर्यो नि
नुन तेल खान पर्ने त्यही गाई बस्तु पालेर हो के कारणले दिदैनन्
किसानलाई त मुख्य स्रोत भनेकै त्यही दुध हो त्यसबाट हरेक व्यवहार चल्नु पर्ने हुन्छ सबैतिर अब केही खर्च गर्नु पर्ने हुन्छ त्यो नहुँदा ठुलो मारमा परिरहेछ
दलालहरुले बिचौलियाहरुले पैसा खाएर व्यवसायलाई पैसा नदिएर यस्तो हाकार भएको
पैसा उठाउने पैसाको सदुपयोग नभएर दुरुपयोग नै भएको भन्नु पर्यो
हामीबाट किनेको दुध हो उनीहरुले पनि बजारमा अब अनेक किसिम प्रकारका मिठाईहरु बन्नी भयो अब बेचिएन होला नबेचेपछि अब पैसा भएन त्यही भएर दिनु भएन
The largest party in the government, CPN-UML, claims it is a democratic party. However, the leadership of the party that has strong unions from the grassroots level is not democratic. Chairperson KP Sharma Oli's remarks are considered the party's policy. None of the party members can gather courage to raise questions on Oli's remarks. CPN-UML Chair Oli has been criticized for various remarks he had made publicly. The derogative, gender-specific remark made by Oli on Rashtriya Swatantra Party lawmaker and Minister for Education Sumana Shrestha cannot be accepted by the society. However, the party members are not able to oppose Oli's such remarks. They rather support his ill remarks towards various leaders. Oli told the party's central members that his speech was the party's political report. CPN-UML has all the required party structures, including Central Committee, Secretariat, Politburo, among others. As per the norms of a democratic party, discussions must be held with lower-level cadres as well as the Politburo while preparing the party's policy. However, none of the decisions are made against the will of party chairperson Oli. The party's committee was also announced during the General Convention according to Oli's will, which is against the democratic system. Nobody could raise voices against Oli's move. Bhim Rawal, who had opposed the party chair's working ways and filed candidacy against him, was sidelined by Oli. Likewise, Ghanshyam Bhusal, who used to raise his voice in favor of principles and system, had been compelled to quit the party because of Oli. Leaders with a long history with CPN-UML were compelled to leave the party. Oli has continued to be prone to impulsive outbursts. He contradicted the demand of Nepali Congress leaders for the investigation on the Girubandhu tea estate scandal by saying that the scandal had occurred while Nepali Congress was leading the government. The party had been divided due to his unilateral working ways. Madhav Kumar Nepal, who had led CPN-UML for 15 years, had been compelled to quit the party and form another one. Oli used to ignore suggestions given by coalition partners when he was in the helm of the government. He had also made efforts to bring powerful state bodies under him while he served as the country's prime minister. The then CPN-UML that had two-thirds majority in the parliament had also split because of Oli. Nepali Congress General Secretary Gagan Thapa has said that amendment in the provincial structure and election system were required to safeguard the Constitution of Nepal. Speaking during a program held in Kathmandu today, Thapa said that changes in the provincial structure was required to safeguard the Constitution. He added that dialogues with various political parties were underway for the amendment of the Constitution. General Secretary Thapa said that Nepali Congress will play the role of the main opposition in the parliament until the fiscal year 2084. He also said that the main opposition will not make efforts to collapse or form the government until then. Meanwhile, Thapa said that dialogues with ruling CPN-UML and CPN-Maoist Center must continue. We'll take a short break here. We have more news coming up. Prime Minister Pushpa Kamal Dahal is scheduled to fly to New Delhi tomorrow afternoon to attend the swearing-in ceremony of Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Prime Minister Dahal's press advisor Govinda Acharya informed that he will be leading a delegation to New Delhi tomorrow. A meeting of the cabinet of ministers today finalized a 5-member delegation led by Prime Minister Dahal to attend Indian Prime Minister Modi's swearing-in ceremony tomorrow. The cabinet named a list of delegation that includes Minister for Law, Justice and Parliamentary Affairs Padam Giri, Foreign Secretary Sewal Amsal, Dahal's daughter Ganga Dahal, who is also his personal secretary, and the Chief of Protocol to travel alongside the Prime Minister. Prime Minister Dahal is scheduled to return home this Monday. Dahal met with President Ramchandra Podel today to inform him about his visit to India. It's now time for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
But before that, let's take a look at the results from yesterday's poll. Yesterday, we had asked you, what's your take on the parliamentary committee formed to probe into Cooperative's fraud case, calling for a meeting with the task force to seek for clarity in the terms of reference? 32% voted for A, unclear terms of reference, 27% for B, interpretation as per their own interest, and 41% for C, ill intention. And here's today's question. How can the number of students in community schools be raised? Your options are A, improve education standard, B, manage required infrastructure, and C, free from politics. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B, or C, and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. And it's time now for the international update. The Israeli military has said its forces have rescued 4 captives from the central Gaza Strip. The announcement came earlier today as Palestinian health officials reported dozens of casualties from intensified Israeli attacks on central Gaza and other parts of the besieged and bombarded territory. The army said the 4 captives, 25-year-old Noah Argamani, 21-year-old Almog Mir Jan, 27-year-old Andrei Kozlov, and 40-year-old Shlomi Ziv had been taken from the Nova Music Festival during the attack Palestinian group Hamas led in southern Israel on 7th of October last year. They were in good medical condition and were taken to hospital for medical checks following a complex daytime operation in Gaza's Nuseirat. It's time now for the sports news.
Sports news.
Help Nepal Club lifted the 8th Prime Minister Cup NBA volleyball title towards the men's side. Meanwhile, Nepal Police Club defeated Everest Club to win the title towards the women's side. In the men's final held at the covered hall in the premises of the National Sports Council in Tripureshwar today, Help Nepal Club defeated Gandaki Volleyball Association 3-1 to lift the title. Help Nepal defeated Gandaki 25-22, 20-25, 25-20, 25-20 to become champions. Help Nepal's Mubsar Raja Bato was adjudged the men's player of the tournament. Likewise, Gandaki's Santosh won the Best Spiker award. Meanwhile, in the women's final, Nepal Police Club defeated Everest Club 3-1 to lift the title. Nepal Police defeated Everest Club 25-21, 25-23, 20-25, 20-25, 15-12 to become champions. In the women's side, Usha Bhandari of Nepal Police was declared the player of the tournament. Likewise, Kamalapun won the Best Center award, while Everest Club's Anushree walked away with the Best Spiker award. World number 1 Iga Swiatek of Poland won her 3rd consecutive French Open Championship and 4th in 5 years by defeating Jasmine Paolini of Italy in straight. Netherlands have given South Africa a victory target of 104 runs in the ongoing T20 World Cup. In the Group D match currently underway in Nassau County International Cricket Stadium in New York, Netherlands were put to bat first and posted a below-par total of 103 runs in the allotted 20 overs, losing 9 wickets. Dijbrand Engelbrecht was the top scorer for Netherlands with 40 runs. Otniel Bartman was the pick of the South African bowlers, grabbing 4 wickets. Chasing a victory target of 104 runs, South Africa have scored 32 runs, losing 4 wickets in 10 overs as per a recent update. That's all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Good night.